Okay, welcome to lesson 3 of the simple probabilities unit in this learning target 2, and it's a big idea. And what I mean by a big idea is it's a special learning target that I really want to make sure that you understand, and I want to make sure you understand it so much that I don't allow students to get below 70 on this after the test is over. And so we're going to talk about that towards the end of the lesson. So the purpose today is to actually work through some simulations. So you're going to complete the handout that was given, and it's on the classroom, and it was handed out in class. And then we're going to use the spreadsheets that are given. They're on UG Cloud, but they're actually on the classroom. And then we're going to leave our answers in percents for comparison. Okay. I'm sorry if you're using the D2L to do this, and then the spreadsheets will be there. Okay, so I just want to show you what it looks like. What you can actually do it right on the computer. You're just actually going to make a copy of this file, and so we just have to I have editing privileges, so I'm sure when you open this, you'll see file, make a copy. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at the first one is an equal sector spinner. So the probability of an equal sector spinner is 25% of red, 25% blue, 25% yellow, and 25% green. I'm not going to do all of these stations, but I'm going to allow you to do them all. So I just want to show you them. So we look at the spinner. What's given to you here is the spinner has been spun 10 times. And so it's just a random number between 1 and 4. And it tells you over here that red is 1, blue is 2, green is 3, yellow is 4. Okay? So probability of red when we spun it 10 times is, and sorry, if you want to actually use this, you have to actually say file, make a copy, and add it to your own drive. Okay? So if you want to do changes to it. So probability of red is 20, probability of blue is 20, probability of green is 30, and yellow is 30. And if I actually want to get the percentage, I can just type in equals, click on what I want to divide. I'm going to divide that by 10. I can press F4 on the 10, and then the 10 won't change. You can certainly just do that every time. And then I just drag down. Notice that it is spinning it 10 new times every time. And so I'll just be happy with the one answer that I'm going to take. And so if I spin the spinner 10 times, I got 10, 50, 30, and 10. So I'm going to type those in. 10, 50, 30, and 10. Okay. Red, blue, yellow, green. Red, blue, green, yellow. So sorry about that. So this is a 10 and this is a 30. That's a 30. Okay. So that's the percentage after 10 spins. We're going to do the probability after 30 spins. We're going to spin it 30 new times just because it's just easier. When we do the flipping cards, because you actually have to flip the cards, and we're not going to do a simulation for that. Unless you want to design it yourself, you can do that. But if you're flipping the cards on random.org, you can do it after 10, and then keep those 10 and then add 20 more, and add 20 more, and then add 25 more. So if I do it 30 times, what I have to do is I have to highlight some of these cells or all of them. I take the blue rectangle and I drag it down to 30, and go one more, that was 29, and I get the results, which are 27, 13, 20, and 40. So 27%, 13%, 20%, and 40%. Okay. Notice that those add to 100 because that's all of the spins that we have. We do it again. We do it 50 times. So I can highlight a bunch again. And this time do it to 50. And so what happened this time is we got 24, 16, 30, 30. I'm going to do it one more time for the 75. And all the other simulations are similar. Just highlight a bunch of them. And then we just drag it down to 75, 76. And so what's going to happen is we got 27, 21, 23, 29. Okay, and so we look at this, and after you do all 4 of them, you start to realize that something's going to happen here. Like here we actually got really unlucky with blues. We didn't get enough blues. We got a lot of greens. Here, like, we got lots of blues. We didn't get a lot of reds or yellows at all. And so we're comparing them to the theoretical probability. And so the time where you're closest to the theoretical probability is after 50, like you're 1 here away, you're 9 here away, you're 5 here and 5 here. If you take the differences here, you're only 2% away, 4% away, 4% away, and 2% away. And then actually, if you spin the spinner an exorbitant amount of times, I like that word, exorbitant. So if we spin the spinner, we just keep going, like, and go crazy on it. And so say spin 230 times, you can see, like, well, actually we're a little bit further away, but the idea here is you're actually supposed to get closer to that 25. So this is 24%, 20%, 30%, and 26%. And so if you spin it a whole bunch of times, you should get very close to 25, 25, 25, 25. Okay? And that's what we refer to as the law of large numbers. Alright. So you guys can take your time to do the rest of them. I just want to kind of finish this slideshow here. Practice, you've only got 3 questions for homework, plus this question here. Explain what the law of large numbers is and why casino could benefit from it. I use a game with very simple rules, probably how much money you're going to pay out and the probability, and use those for your explanation. What we're going to do here with this question is we're going to call this a mastery question. So the reason why I call it a mastery question is I want to make sure that students understand this to a certain level so that you can't leave this course without understanding it. And I want to give you opportunities to make sure that you come back and you demonstrate the understanding. So what happens is every Learning Targets has a quiz, but these Learning Targets, this is the first one in the course, are actually going to be bigger. And so I'm going to mark it at a 10, and I'm only going to give you a 7, 8.5, or a 10. The nice thing though is if you get 7, 8.5, or 10 on the quiz, which is the practice, that mark is actually going to happen, is going to actually be passed over to your test. If you get 10 out of 10 on the quiz, you don't have to write the test question, but test questions are weighted differently for the big idea. So a test question could be at a 6 or something like that. This doesn't necessarily have to be at a 10. You're going to write on the quiz, you're going to rewrite on the test, and if you still can't get it after the test, there'll be opportunities for you to come in and rewrite it after. You really have to prove that you understand this. And that's the mastery question. Example 2 here is an example of a mastery question. I might give you a little bit more rules to it, but that's the idea, okay, that I want you to wrap your head around.